Hello again, YouTube. Okay, well, there's a couple reasons I'm making this video. This is new iPod. I'm trying to think how to show it. I'll show it in a minute. But okay, wanted to make a video on the new iPod. It is exactly, I'll show you the time here. 5:36 in the morning. Why am I awake? Well, I don't know. I got home at from work last night, or well, this morning. Technically, I went there from 5 p.m. yesterday until, I think, I'll say I got home at about, we'll just put it at about 12:30 or 1, something like that. So I didn't get to bed till like 1:30, and yeah. So my mom just left for work I'd say about 10 minutes ago. So yeah, and so walking the other side of the house, I'm like, I might watch some Dragon Ball Z because I've got seasons 3 and 5 that I bought recently, and I was like, I walked in the kitchen, which is where I'm at. I turned on the light, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a video. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel tired, but I don't know. Another thing that's happened, of course I sold the old iPod, so I got like $50 for it. I got a new case for this thing. I had to take my old one back to Walmart because I had to take the case that I bought for this one the first time back to Walmart because the screen protector fell off of it. So yeah, so I got a new case. So I basically paid for the fucking case for this thing. And our work actually has a system now, a new system where we have iPods and stuff, where we do the schedules and the clean dates or clean times and whatever. Clean times and whatever. And this is the same kind of iPod and same case. I didn't mean to get that, but I did. So yeah. So I sold the new iPod and all that. I graduated from college. I've recently been breaking the news to my family, and a couple of my friends. Not a lot of people know about it yet. What really happened was I knew I was low on hours. I've missed a lot of hours at school, and it's bad. Don't do that. No, don't do that. But I missed a lot of hours at school, and why I did that was because I either worked the night before, and I would get home at like today, I would get home at like 1:30 or whatever, and then I would have to get up at 6 and then get ready and leave at like 6:30, and then get there at like 7 or something like that. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah. So that was one of the main reasons for my hours thing. So basically what happened is I ran out of hours. My teacher, Mr. Dawson, came up to me and was like, well, you need to go to what's-her-face. He didn't say what's-her-face, but what's-her-face for counseling. And yeah, so went to what's-her-face for counseling. She's like, well, we can only basically, I'm going to sum up the story. Basically what she said was, well, all we can do now is go down to Mr. Doss and ask what you can do to graduate. And so we went back to Mr. Doss, and he said, well, if you finish your, because there's 4 computer based online learning things. There's A+, Advanced A+, Networking, and Security. So I had finished A+, Advanced A+, like the second semester. I had 4 trimesters or whatever the fuck you want to call it. uh, I finished those two like the first or the second one. I mean, networking I had almost done, but not all the way. But he passed me out of it anyway. Security, I had like none of it done because I had been working on networking and I've been working on other computers at school. And sometimes I would get paid for it and sometimes I wouldn't. So, yeah. Um, so, I'm trying to switch hands with this damn thing. So basically, he said, "Well, if you can finish security, or at least enough to pass, I'll pass you out, and you'll get a diploma for being here, and yeah, get a diploma for going to school, and I get to leave school early." So I did that I worked on it for 2 days. So I did a whole coursework's worth of work. Well, a little bit less. Coursework in 2 days. Nothing else done. So I've graduated college technically. I don't have my certifications yet. I'm actually supposed to be taking my first certification test Wednesday. The first of the 3 IC3 tests. So yeah. Another thing, I applied at this place called Tech Systems. That's a whole nother thing. Like, they're trying to, now it's going to sound weird how I explain it, but it's actually not a bad idea. Basically what they do is they convert people, if they don't have Windows 7 and they're still stuck on Windows XP, they convert them to Windows 7. If they don't understand Windows 7, they kind of explain stuff and they're troubleshooting and whatnot. Nobody likes Windows 8, so fuck it. At least till Windows 8.1 it comes out. Because I got my hands on that at school, and it's actually not that bad. It's weird that if you made like a few minor changes to one operating system, how much better it can be. It's really weird. So we had all that happen. So that happened Friday. So I didn't get to see my mom until, we'll say about 3 days later. Yeah, it was 3 days later after that happened. And so I saw her Sunday. Well, when I first started working on it and got the course, so yeah, I hadn't seen her since like Thursday. So I actually completed the coursework on Friday, but whatever. So I saw her Thursday. I didn't see her till Sunday. I told her that on Sunday. Oh God. Told her that on Sunday. The mixed reaction she had was rather interesting. First she was like, well, how the hell did you pull that off? And second she was like, well, you know what that means, right? And I was like, well, I have to go look for another job or a full-time job altogether or something. She was like, yep, and your rent's going to be due February 1st. You better start looking. And she hasn't told me how much rent's going to be, and I still kind of want to move out. So things might get a little weird here pretty soon. I'm still debating on moving into an apartment with a friend. I don't really know yet. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. I saw my dad and my stepmom for like the first time in maybe 4 months on Halloween Day. That was, well, I mean, I told them the news. Their reaction was like, oh, well, that's cool, and what are you going to do now, and da-da-da. So, yeah. And with the school thing, I mean. And so I wore my horse head mask, but the problem was we had a storm that actually came in on Halloween night, and we got like 2 trick-or-treaters. It was fucking stupid. Like a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, like they were both girls. It was weird as shit. And they were like, it was a sailor girl and a Batgirl. It was weird, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's see. This because I haven't made a video in at least a month or so. Um, so yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. I haven't talked about. Oh, I'll just talk about this and then I'll shut the video off. Because it's getting kind of long. I don't know how long this will let me go for on this new system and the new iPod. I might split up my computer, or post on my computer. The gameplay videos that I was doing previously, I haven't done them in a while. I know. I haven't done. Happy Wheel seems to be the easiest thing to upload because I can get the hyperlink working, but it's still not as good quality. I still want to get a PVR, like a Hodgepodge HD PVR or something. But it's a lot of fucking money, and yeah. But my problem is I've got about $430 something saved up in my savings account right now, and I'm trying to save enough money to either pay rent, get something for my car, or move out of my mom's house and go live with this other person for rent. And I've been putting like $25 to $30 in my savings account every month for like a couple months now. And Christmas, I usually get money, except for if I actually get physical stuff like this iPod my grandma bought me for an early Christmas present. So I was like, well, man, my iPod's been sucking because the battery life is fine, but like if you use Facebook or YouTube for like 10 minutes, like it crashes, like it's nothing. It was fucking stupid. It would do that. It was slow. It would crash on iTunes like every time you try to load something. It was just stupid. So I was like, okay, I want to get a new iPod. I can get some money for the old iPod. So I was like, okay. And I told her about that. And she was like, oh, well, I'll just get you an early Christmas present. I'm like, all right. She was like, how much is it? And I was like, well, there's your problem. I ended up getting the 32 gig black iPod 5th generation, the 5th gen, I guess you'd say, from Walmart, brand new. It was $239 fucking dollars without tax, which I thought was ridiculous. It was like 160 something for the 16 gig, but my problem was my old one was the 32 gig. I still have plenty of room on that thing. I still got plenty of room on this thing now. But my problem is if I already got 16 gigs, I wouldn't have enough room to do videos like this and then have more room or add more music. Because I'm adding music like all the time on this fucking thing and then apps and photos and shit. So I wouldn't have enough room in the future. So I was like, well, 32, 64 is a little bit overkill, but whatever. So yeah, and then what I thought was cool was I had all my stuff that got backed up into my iCloud account, and it just transferred over to this thing. So I didn't have to do shit. So yeah. But what I'm thinking about is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna shut the video off. I promise. I will not bore you any longer. I'm thinking about once I get another type of job, like a full-time job, I'm going to get an iPhone. Maybe, well, by that time, I don't know if the 5S will be outdated or not. The newest one. I'll probably trade this iPod in and then get rid of my phone. And then get an iPhone 6, 6X, whatever the fuck it is. Get that. So that'll be the next one. So I'll be expecting that in the future. So I guess I'll see you guys. Talk to you, some of you on Xbox or whatever. Like, comment, subscribe the video and the channel. Go like the Bmp-man Facebook page. I've been trying to get better at actually putting the fucking link in the description. So I'm going to do that. I promise I will. If I don't, feel free to drive to Nashville, Tennessee and Jolton and slap the fuck out of me. So, bye.